on, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all come on in here. We got something we got to check out. Y'all come on in and hit that like button. There's a reason why I put it as an emergency here. What's going on, Laura? How you doing? What's up, Sam? How y'all doing? I had every intention on doing a live with the reading tonight, but I worked late and it just pushed me back on everything else. Shout out to my mods. Thank you all so much for the support. Y'all have no idea how my day went. Let's all pray that I hit the lottery. Oh boy. You got things happening on every level of government. You might be looking at a furlough of some sort. Crazy stuff happening. Crazy stuff happening. But I want to thank you all for tuning in and coming on in here. I know it's late. It's like 10 it's like 10:20 Eastern Standard Time. So I know Saint, you like 3 hours behind me, so we all good there. Look at here. Y'all, Marianne Lorient went live. Oh my goodness. I heard 45 seconds of the video and I told Laura, I said, I'm going live in 10. Done deal. So my apologies for not posting up something about the lawsuit reading. We're gonna finish that up tomorrow. I hate to keep pushing back the Nature Boy series, but we got to do it. We got to. Now you all see why I said yesterday. I had just said this yesterday, reading that lawsuit. I said you all understand why I'm reading this. Understand why I'm reading this lawsuit, okay? Because his behavior has not stopped. His behavior has not stopped. Umar's and the Umar Tardians have been doing what they're doing, what he's still doing for a number of years. It's like a bad habit. It's like expecting an alcoholic to stop drinking alcohol overnight. They're not gonna stop with cyber crimes and doing what they're doing. That's just flat out illegal at this point. With one lawsuit, no, or one complaint. No, they don't care that they're disrupting livelihoods and lives. I hate life. What are you doing? Hey, shout out to you. Got your comment earlier. Real life happens, you all. Y'all know how real life happens with me. I still have a regular 9 to 5. Pray I hit the lottery. Work is work. It's. I don't know if some people just, get into leadership positions just so they can be a bully and piss everybody off because they mad at their life, so they want everybody to be miserable with them. Man, come on. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm gonna say this as a black woman. I hate working for other black women. I do. I don't care if you get offended. If you offended, then it's because you either don't understand or you have not been in my shoes and you still don't understand. I hate working for black women. Now, my direct manager I have right now is fantastic. It's the one above her. I could tell y'all stories for days. I could tell y'all stories for days. So it's not just this one job. It's like my working experience after having worked since I was 14 years old. So that's well over 20 good years. The majority of black women, with the exception of 2 or 3, the majority of black women I've worked for have been god awful, with the exception of 2 or 3, which is a shame. And I'm talking about having worked since I was 14 years old. Well over a good 20 years. Not telling y'all my age. So just pray for me. But yeah, I have my reasons to say, as a black woman, I hate working for a black woman. I really do. Especially when they get vindictive. All right, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. We're about to check out Marianne Lorient and what's happening with her. And tomorrow, I will do the remaining portion of the Archibald versus Umar with Poetic Flacco, and that Shaquem Harris person. I'll finish that lawsuit up tomorrow. But y'all see why it's important to read it now. What's going on, Lance? Shout out to all of you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit that like button, coming in, and get out. I'm on that today. Because Marianne is upset. I am not playing. Y'all see what's going on? I said it. This whole lawsuit with him, that settlement, I kept saying he is only doing that. He filed a slap suit against Marianne Lorient for $500,000 damn dollars and for intellectual property just to shut her up. He was trying to silence her and to keep her from releasing any content or videos about a documentary. When you're disingenuous, when you have no soul, when you're evil, when you're a scammer, a con artist, vile and vicious, and you're sitting here bullying people, doxing people, defaming people, all this nonsense while trying to play the victim at the same time, how do you expect that person to uphold their end of any bargain you make with them? That's like making a deal with the devil. And it's not Marianne Lorient's fault, because who wants to be in court litigating matters all day, every day with Umar Johnson when he doesn't even want to get service? He doesn't even want to accept service. So that's the last buffoon you want to have to sit here and worry about going to court with, when he does everything he can to evade court. That's why that slap suit for $500,000 was absolutely hilarious, and it would have been laughed out of court. And the attorney, whoever his attorneys are, knew that as well. That's why they settled with her. They only did it just to shut her up and to be threatening and intimidating. And now we're at a crossroad where she had to do a video and said some things happened, and we're going to listen to it, because he's not going to stop doing what he's doing. He is who he is. And I don't even think it's worth trying to do anything to change him. You just have to put him in check when he does it. That's all you can. That's all you can do at this point. He does something dumb, you got to put him in check, and you got to do it the legal way, because that's the only way he's going to stop. They tried to silence her, and now look what happened. Ain't no way in hell he would have had to carry me through litigation. No, we're going to have a hearing. I want the judge to reprimand you and your attorneys, sanction their ass for the slap suit. And I want to make sure I'm not just winning this battle. I'm going to obliterate your planet. That way you can never ever come back at me ever again, and no one else. That's how you handle people like Umar. No, I'm going for your planet. Y'all, this is crazy. Shout out to everybody tuning in. 36 people watching. Just trying to give people some time to come in, get their notification out, because we're about to check out Marianne Lorient's video. Hit the like button. Put a 1 in the chat if you hit that like button. Don't offend me today. Don't do it. Even the Umar Tardians and the trolls and the YouTube gutter trash. Go ahead. Hit the like button. Yeah, I'm on it today. Hit that like button. Let's get ready to engage in the chat. I have not seen this whole video. I saw 45 seconds. I said, going live. Shout out to all my mods. Thank you all so much for tuning in. What's up to you, Francisca, Lance, my mods, Laura, Saint. I appreciate you all for being here. Everybody speak to everybody. We good. Larry in here. Seth in here. 720 Sonoma County, California. Good evening, Lady Luck Club. What's going on, Seth? How you doing? Y'all ready? 3:21 a.m. UK time, Francisco, across the water, checking us out here in the Lady Luck Club. Y'all, this is something else. Long like Umar. Exactly. I want to work. I enjoy working. Then my sister had surgery today, so you guys keep her in prayers. You never know what people are going through, right? My sister had surgery today, so it's a whole lot happening in just real life in general. You know, my family, my job, you know, just trying to maintain financial, all these things all just coming together at once. So, y'all, as you guys continue to keep me in your prayers, I will keep all of you all in my prayers, because I absolutely appreciate my, supporters here, members, mods. I appreciate all of you, even spectators and viewers. So we're going to get to it. I'm on it. I am on one today. And let's celebrate this 28,000 subscriber mile mark here. Can we bless God for this? Y'all, this is absolutely amazing. We hit 28,000 supporters. And we're going to continue to push forward. We bless God for it. And I thank all of you who have subscribed, who have helped to reach this goal. 28,000 subscribers is what I'm looking at. Hallelujah. Let's get to 30. 2,000 more subs to 30. And then next, 40, and then 50. That's how God is about to bring it in. He about to bring it in. He about to usher them in. Y'all ready? Shout out to all of you all. I'm just going to post up y'all comments as we go. Transparent Jersey girl. Woo child. We can't make deals with the devil. Hey, Bernice. Nedra. Is it Nedra? I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. Beth. What's going on, Beth? How you doing, honey? How you holding up? How's everything going? His lawyer's probably just yes men like the people in that lawsuit. Yeah. Y'all, we ready. We on it. What's going on, Foxy to Roxy? Shout out to my mods. Make sure you drop your channel link in the chat. Y'all listen. Here in the YouTube community, it's best that we uplift each other and encourage each other. If you got some great content, you're not out here, doxing people and doing dumb stuff, you're more than welcome to drop your link to your YouTube channel. Let's support other content creators out there because that's what it's all about. Some of us share supporters either way. So I'm not one of those ones where I feel like I'm too big to not support others. So drop the links to your chat, your channels in the chat. Hey y'all, where my hazmat Africans at? Lord have mercy, we made it to 28,000, Lord. I've been praying on it. What did Umar do this time? Who knows? We about to find out. Just subscribe. Thank you, Transparent Jersey girl. Y'all, we ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Malik, what's going on, brother? Let's hit play on this. I am ready. Y'all, make sure the caption is on. As you come in, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member, all that good stuff. Let's go.
Hi, family. I needed to get on here and make a quick video to spill the tea. Can the queen please spill the tea?
Go ahead.
So, I'm trying to figure out how to even start.
Start from the top.
I received something yesterday that was very disturbing, family. I reached out to my attorney. We went straight to the authority. Yes, family, we did. While I make this little video with you guys, I wouldn't be surprised the police are at his door today because I was informed they're going to pay him a visit as well. What? He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Umar Johnson is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay? It upset me.
Oh, my God.
But there's no fear here. Now, I'm not going to sit here and you guys go, oh, my God, she's playing some tough guy. No. Everybody. No one. This implied to everybody. No one's above an ass whipping. No one's above a bullet. We've seen that. If president catch a bullet, you, me, any of us can catch a bullet. So now he's making a little threat. When I sat in that meeting with them, I told them I'm going to come out and said I got the settlement. I'm going to come out and share that I had this meeting. And I did. So now you're trying to move in code. You're trying to threaten me? Like, no, sir, we're not going to have that. And you know what, I'm going to continue to speak the way I speak. I'm going to continue to move the way I move. I had 3 family members like, you know what? Maybe this YouTube thing, you need to just like shut it down. No, I will not. No, I will not.
And let me tell you why you shouldn't. For someone who has 2 channels and have been on YouTube for almost 5 years, and bless God, just hit 28,000 subscribers. If you start letting the YouTube trolls and the YouTube gutter trash bully you away from social media, you'll forever be in that predicament where people are running you away from things. What Umar doesn't realize is that this is social media. When he's making videos on Instagram and it's making its way over here to YouTube, he doesn't care about what he says and does. Why should he threaten and intimidate and bully others from having a platform and expressing how they feel and their thoughts and opinions and views on things, including him? He chose to be a public figure. No one told his ass to go out here talking about, I'm going to open up a school and become famous for just saying that nonsense and never doing it. Umar, you don't have to be a public figure. You can go sit your ass down somewhere and take care of your mother. And let your siblings see her as well. He still owes us proof of life. He refused to even tour the entire school that he claims that he's trying to open for 6.5 years. So if you let a bully drive you away from something everyone has the right to do, and that's express their free speech, freedom of press, share information that the public has the right to know, like there's a scammer and a con artist out here doxing people, that's of public interest. There are constitutional rights and protections that we just have as Americans. And if Umar doesn't like it, he could take his dumb ass out of the United States of America and go anywhere else on the planet. Go to an entirely different continent if he wanted to. But he thinks he's above the rule of law. And that is not something he is. He only bends and manipulates the law in his favor when he thinks someone doing something to him, because he's a big ass crybaby with no spine that can't handle criticism and doesn't want to face the fact that he's been lying for 6.5 years about a school. No one cares how you feel, Umar. What we know is that you can't prove any statements that's being made about you not opening this school to be false. You nor your attorneys understand the definition of defamation. And it's laughable to think filing a slap suit for $500,000 was going to get you somewhere in court. You would have pissed off that judge, and your dumbass attorneys know that. I'm on it today. Oh, I'm on one today. Hit the like button.
I will not be bullied or intimidated by him from afar. No, that's not happening. Listen, I'm going to give you one of my little weaknesses, which you should never tell people. I could be petty. I could be petty. Oh, that's how he wants to play good. I could keep mess going with you. That's what you want? That's what you want? Let's go. Let me tell y'all something, family. All of you, well, that was too little of a sudden. Why did she even do it? Let me tell you something. I can't bring the raw footage, but I can speak and I will speak. And the more he provoked me, the more I'm going to speak. Leave it alone. Leave me alone. I'm going to leave you alone. Why can't you say he can't stop, won't
because
stop.
He
Let's
can't,
go can't stop, won't stop, right? Leave it alone. I'm not making anything up on you. What I'm saying is the truth. Leave it alone. We made a movie together.
We're all saying the truth.
Thing went south. Okay, the movie, and I gave a little explanation. Leave it alone. And let me tell you something. We have a footage from behind the scenes that will make everybody in the community eyebrow raise. Be like, whoa, this don't look right. Dame Dash went on the Breakfast Club. He gave all of you a mouthful when it came to Charlamagne.
Let me tell y'all something. We all can see how Umar is. That's why it's so crazy that he's sitting here trying to decry victim. The problem is, too, he still have these Umar Tardians out here. It's like a cult pushing his dumb narrative, but none of them are bold enough to take it to the court. None of them would be bold enough to face an investigator and to answer to all the dumb shit they've done either. And they certainly would not want to be given some sort of prison sentence on his behalf for aiding in criminal activity with doxing people. And you know he would throw those people underneath the bus. How often you hear Umar saying he actually is just doing some sort of giveaway on Instagram or YouTube? And he actually does it. He doesn't even support his own cult base. He wouldn't pay none of their bills if they were all facing life-ending events. He wouldn't help them. So no one owes Umar anything. That's why I'm. Let me tell y'all something. One thing she does not have to be is silent. And if I were her, she's an independent filmmaker. Why can't you do your documentary? You don't owe them that because they're not going to uphold their end of the bargain. Look how he's still acting. That settlement was only to shut her up. It was not for him to show any level of respect or reciprocate anything when it comes to her being threatened. He's not going to stop doing that. But I guarantee you, if he would have had to go through the entire legal process and then an order or judgment came down from the court saying, if you do this again, you will be in violation of this order and your ass going to jail, then he would think twice about it. He's like a man with nothing to lose. It's no different than making a deal with the devil. He does not care. He's not going to stop until the law puts his ass in check. So there's no way I will sit here and tell him or his slimy ass attorneys, I'm not going to release film because he feels some type of way about it. He can get the fuck over. And there is plenty of case law and precedence that is established that has preserved freedom of speech and expression, the creativity as an independent filmmaker, freedom of the press, where his attorneys would not have a viable argument. Well, she agreed not to release the video. Okay, but if it's a part of her filmmaking, it's a part of her job, it's what she does, and it's part of her creative expression and free speech, who are you to dictate that? When you think you have the right to infringe upon someone else's rights, that's when we have a problem. Umar's a clown.
Who's the contact person there?
He's a
Who's
clown.
the contact person there? You probably say, Mary, why you bring Breakfast Club in there? I'm bringing it up for a reason. But before, let me break it down. Let me tell you, who's this contact? Yes, man. That Batty boy says it's contact person on the Breakfast Club. You better believe. You hear me?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to break it down to you guys. You understand?
Bohemian gangster.
We live in a time, as Black people, we need to be awake. We need to be alert. These people out here are not playing with us.
You're a public figure.
And that Breakfast Club, after the Dame Dash interview, I said I vowed never to watch them again. Because you know what? Dame showed his emotional immature, and they did as well. Okay? They did as well. But what was disgusting, how he antagonized that man. He antagonized Dame Dash. Stop it. We all saw that interview. So I'm connecting. That's his connection on the Breakfast Club. See, I know too much. He don't know what to do himself. Umar's like a poison rat. He don't know what to do himself when it comes to Lorient. And then when he made that little dark, I would have come to Honor's platform and said, look, I got paid, and I would have left it at that. He got under my blood, and I made that little video. Because he made that. They told me he stopped, I stopped. And then he's gonna make this look. I'm not speaking on her. That woman's not worth my time. No, what he said, no defamation could stop me. That ain't nobody defaming your character. Everything I said is true. It's true. He can't.
That's more of a reason why I would not sit here and be walking on eggshells and scared to release any film that I make and produce, when that's especially a part of my job. See, what that's called is tortious interference. You're interfering with my way of making money, my livelihood. Even if she has a regular job, you can have more than one job. Plus, it hinders on her free speech expression and freedom of press. If you're releasing a documentary, you're simply releasing information or events that have been simply captured, whether it be in a video or on writing in paper or in a photo, and you're just sharing it with the public. How it makes him look is all on him and his character. But to say you're attacking my character simply because you did a documentary is absolutely absurd. Being a public figure, Umar's attorneys are not very smart, by the way, because being a public figure, even if you're an elected official, there's a higher standard you have to meet when it comes to proving defamation as well. It has to show some sort of malice intent. It is not malicious if you are an independent filmmaker to simply release your film. She wouldn't even need to say, oh, I'm doing this out because he pissed me off. No, just releasing my film. I'm an independent filmmaker. He can get over, kick rocks. Let's see how the judge feels hearing that he's willing to file a slap suit and he actually has an attorney, someone with a bar license that should have it challenged, rather, supporting this nonsense and filing documents on his behalf, trying to use litigation to threaten, intimidate, and silence a critic. How well does he really think that will go in court? Because we can all see that. I didn't even go to law school and I can say that. I just have an understanding of how this works. This is why I wouldn't pay his ass no attention. He can kick rocks. Umar would have to kick rocks. Period.
Hey, look, I got paid and I would have left it at that.
Taboo.
He got under my blood and I made that little video. Because he made that. They told me he stopped, I stopped. And then he's gonna make this look. I'm not speaking on her. That woman's not worth my time. No, what he said? No defamation could stop.
Marianne saying that he threatened her in the beginning. There was some threat. And she said, yes, it's that serious where police, law enforcement are involved.
Me, that ain't nobody defaming your character.
I'm at to look up that case.
True. It's true. He cannot afford for me to share anything behind the scenes. That's why I took that money. I can't share, but I can speak. And I'm going to continue to. You're not going to intimidate me. I'm not going to stop moving the way I move. I'm not going to stop talking the way I talk. When I leave here, I'm going straight to the project. Let me tell you why I'm going straight to the project. I just made a live for you guys. And I explained to you guys the group of young women that I work with. I told her, I said, moving forward, do not get behind the wheel. The bus is your transportation until we get all these fines settled. She paid $5. She has 2 more to go. 2 more. She got in the car to take the baby to school. She got pulled over because she made a wrong turn. So they took away the toddler. She called me. So I went. I picked the kids are here. I'm not gonna put nobody's baby. I call her mother in New Brunswick, New Jersey, with her son. The kid's uncle. They're en route now as I speak to you guys. I'm holding it down till they come get these babies. So when I'm done with this video, these kids, they get out of school. I'm supposed to go to the place, get some clothes, get some stuff out of the apartment, pick up the other 2 and bring them here till their grandmother get on time. I'm holding it down till their grandmother. Because you know what? He gets on here. I'm building these YouTube screaming. No, you ain't building nothing. You're making video inside of an empty building or in front of a vacant building. You're not building nothing. I'm building. I believe in the concept of the village. Each one help one. Each one reach one. And then in fairness to her, this is a pre-existing thing. I don't enable them. I teach you how to fish. I don't bail them out financially. So when I went with her, when we went to motor vehicle, and I said, here's the original ticket. Her ticket is $300. How does a $300 ticket turn to $1,500? So she had like 7. She took care of 5 because she's working out. She's been growing. She has 2 more left to pay off. So they pull her. She has 2 minors in the car, non-driver's license, has suspended license. Just like a hot mess. This girl's doing really good. She just got off food stamp because she's making too much. They don't play with you. The minute you get a job, they take you off them stamps. You hear me? You're doing good. But that's a different topic. Back to that Breakfast Club. When I say be mindful of the platform we get information from. Now, the Breakfast Club, they may look like us, but now I question the power structure behind that Breakfast Club. Because on NPR, y'all don't listen to NPR. Some of you do probably. NPR, they're like, listen, they're trying to hang them with the public. They didn't get that. They're like, everything they presented to the public, they accuse this man. This is not what he got convicted. This is not what he got convicted for. And I'm not excusing Diddy. I'm not making an excuse for him. But I need y'all to open your eyes and understand what's happening in our nation. They're making an example of that man, and they're sending us message. And some of y'all stuff are developing, and y'all act like y'all don't understand what's going on. You do the crime, you do the time, but make the punishment fit the crime. You understand? What that man got charged with was nothing they brought to the public. Let me tell you something. If these people had an ounce of evidence that this man was molesting children, it would have been like Monopoly, straight to prison. So on the Breakfast Club, see, I don't watch them. Dame Dad was the last program I catch with them. I don't watch them, but they have a radio thing. So they're clowning this man, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, wow, if we do a rewind, you guys wouldn't utter anything negative about him because he had the financial power to shut that show down. Why don't you guys sit and tell us, hey, let's break down what he's charged with. All this stuff they presented to the public, these people didn't even have no evidence. You didn't have enough evidence to put him away for what they were bringing to us. You understand? So when I said Dame Dash said a whole lot, I'm trying to show you guys who's his connection on the Breakfast Club. But I got something behind the scene that'll make your eyebrows with a Pan-African king. Yes. Questionable.
So Dame Dash
know what I got. He's like a poison rat. He don't know what.
Because I don't watch the Breakfast Club for many reasons. Because I just don't take Charlamagne seriously when he sits here and acts like somehow it's not disgusting for Umar to try to garner money through saying that he's going to charge $500 for a date. Oh, I thought he was joking. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you know Umar or not? Because if you know him, even just a little bit, or just did some research on him, you know he was not joking. He's trying to get money however he can. And to dismiss that as if it's not a big deal because it doesn't directly affect Charlemagne. And let's not forget, he still tries to defend this grown-ass man who Charlemagne knows he would never allow his son to go to to go to Umar's school, to go to FDMG, even if it were to open. Charlemagne would never let his son go near that school. So it sounds like she's saying that Dame Dash went on the Breakfast Club, and I guess he's, trying to support Umar for some reason. And yes, yeah, you know what, Tavares, that's so true. People love trash. People love salaciousness. People love, I'm watching this because I'm hearing, in the first 45 seconds, she's saying something about law enforcement with Umar. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet. I should be able to look at some court documents. What's going on from a legal stance here? So it sounds like Dame Dash went on there and said something in support of Umar and something against her. But, I don't know what happened on the Breakfast Club. I can't watch them, y'all. They give me a headache. I just don't.
Come on, I'm not going to speak her name. You cannot, sir. You can't afford to speak my name. And don't be surprised if he's out of commission, if he gets off the grid for another 3 or 2 months. Because, honey, I'm not playing. We went straight to the authorities.
So she went to the authorities.
Don't make no threats over here. Do not make no threat over here. You don't put no fear in my heart. Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Get me first. Get me first. None of us are above an ass whipping. None of us are above a bullet. But you better get me first. And then when we look at this, when I say wake up, we look at the 6 o'clock news. Some black people are scared to even drive certain neighborhood with people that look like them. Some of y'all won't even go to the project. No, I'm not saying every neighborhood, every place got their issue. Don't be afraid of no neighborhood that look like you. Do not. They hype their stuff. It's not like that. I'm in the project all the time. All the time. I'm an activist. I'm telling you, I'm going to take these. I got to pick her other 2. They're school age. It's the worst project.
Umar's had the authorities called to him.
Car right in the project. And when I come out, it's there. This ain't my first visit to the project. You understand? We need to wake up. They're not playing with us. We need to wake up. Now he's making threat. Let me speak to my Creole speaking people. Give me 1 minute, my English speaking. La fait mieux na souviem. La met pour Umar Johnson. C'est moi c'est lui. Il va connaître c'est sama chèque moi gen ven moi.
This is so not fair. God, what are subtitles? Y'all see what we got? I got to get back to the Spanish class. Oh my God. Y'all, this is so not fair. Can we auto translate in English, please? I don't speak this language. All right, let's go back a little bit. She said she gonna speak Creole for a second. Come on now. Speak English, man. It just means we need to learn more languages in the Lady Luck Club. Okay. Is it gonna show up in English?
Now he's making threat. Let me speak to my Creole speaking people. Give me 1 minute, my English speaking. La fait mieux na souviem. La met pour Umar Johnson. C'est moi c'est lui. Il va connaître c'est sama.
Nope, it's not showing up. Oh my God, I can't make this up. All right, let me just put back on the subtitles, y'all. Man, you can't make this up. We got to learn we got to learn Creole. If someone can translate this and email it to me, that would be great. And I'll either put it in the description or put it in a comment and pin it. Oh man, we got to learn a new language.
Now he's making threat. Let me speak to my Creole speaking people. Give me 1 minute, my English speaking. La fait mieux na souviem. La met pour Umar Johnson. C'est moi c'est lui. Il va connaître c'est sama chèque moi gen ven moi. You understand?
Translate, please.
Saloperie next time. Saloperie. Back to y'all. Back to y'all. You want to make threat? No. And then you know what? He wants me to get on here, act crazy, go, no, I'm not. I went straight to the authority. We presented what we had to present. They told us they're going to pay you a visit, sir. They're going to pay. Won't you make a video about that when they knock on your door? Make a video about that when they come to your door. Pull out the phone, make a video. Hey, family.
Yeah, and mind you, let's remind everybody here. This is the second time she's done a video where she said that she has gone to the authorities on Umar Johnson. The first time she did a video in her car and was turned away by the police because what she was trying to report, the police did not see that as a matter of criminality. So it would have been more befitting to maybe do a petition for a restraining order. But she did go to the police, go to law enforcement. This is the second time now she said she's had to go to law enforcement because of his threat. I mean, honestly, they've been making threats. They have made the threat when they gave her that settlement because they threatened, they basically are threatening litigation just to shut her up. Not because she's lying on him or anything. It's simply to silence her. So the entire settlement process, even though she deserves a lot more. I don't want anyone to walk away from this saying Lady Luck don't think she should have got the money. No, she deserved more than that. They should have at least given her back what she spent for the production of that film. And she said she spent $86,000. That check should have been at the very least $86,000. Plus some. Because we all know these Umar Tardians do go after people. They make videos, they make content, they leave comments, they go into your chats, they say all this crazy shit, but then get mad when they get named in a lawsuit. They don't care about the cyber crimes that they're aiding in. So knowing that Umar's been doing what he's doing, and he pulls in other people into the nonsense, and he's been doing it for years, it was easy for somebody like me to see that settlement was only done to shut her up and to keep her from releasing the documentary, the behind the scenes video. But they still would have to prove malicious intent. You got to prove I'm being malicious with this, because right now it's my body of work. It's my creative expression. I'm a filmmaker. And unless you all are paying me the amount of money I could potentially earn from releasing that documentary, do not interfere with my ability to earn income. Don't interfere with my everyday life of me doing my job as an independent filmmaker. You're not to interfere with that, because you're not trying to pay me whatever I'm losing out on by not releasing it. That $68,000, child, that didn't even take care of the full amount she spent on making the film Awakening that Umar did not have to be a part of. He intruded upon that film. She was set to hire an actor to play his role. He wanted to be in that film. He could have left his dumb ass out of the equation. But nope, he chose to be in it, dominated, probably took the film so far from the original script it's not even funny, made demands for last minute changes during the production, just like he just controlled the whole thing, like he paid for it. They would have had to pay me back 86 grand minimum. They wouldn't have had a choice. Or let's see how well this goes with this $500,000 slap suit. And here's my counterclaim. Because she could have done a counterclaim. If the motion to dismiss would have been denied, because that's standard, then I would have, okay, cool, I'm doing a counterclaim. Just as much as he's suing her, she could have sued his ass right back in the same case and did a counter. That's it. Then he really would have had to pay out more money. His attorneys are at least cognitive enough to know that much. That's why they tried to settle. But they did it only to shut her up, not because they're pursuing any level of justice. His attorneys need to be reported to the bar. And I'm telling y'all right now, I was going hammer time in Leonard Honor's chat in the comment section when he was interviewing her about the settlement. I was going hammer time in on that. This is only done. This is a slap suit. I've done videos saying that, because it's not hard to see that. No way in the hell he was going to uphold his end and stop harassing her, stop bullying her, He nowhere in hell he was gonna stop doing it. He's been doing it all this time and getting away with it. So no,
They paying me a visit.
this is
Pull the phone
crazy.
out.
Counterclaim Tuesday.
Can you believe? Can you believe? Now we live in a
Use
time of
donation
things.
under
We need to
settle.
be more
Yep.
mindful. Let me tell you something. I don't make it a secret. I live in the suburb. I had a neighbor. They knock on the door. Marianne. And I'm saying this. I don't care because I
Exactly.
have
Yeah,
a few of
mother.
them that's on here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They knock on the door. Hey, dad's having an episode. They're not in healthcare. We call the ambulance. Come over here. So I run over there. And he was losing his color. He was sweating profusely. He's diabetic, so he's having like he's crashing. And I said, get some orange juice. Let's
Exactly.
put some sugar in it. Let's bring him up until the paramedic get here. He's gonna have to go to the hospital. He was like, I never seen nobody lose their color like that. And it's like, we don't have sugar. We don't have sugar. We have that substitute. I'm like, well, get something. We need to boost up his, bring him back up. And I like to give you stories so I can give you the concept of where I'm coming from. And then paramedic got there. I'm still there with them. They strapped this man, taking him to the nearest hospital, which is St. John West Shore. That's our local hospital. Taking him there. And then he's running upstairs to get his shoes. So she's like, I'm glad you came over. Thank you. We kind of had a moment of panic. And then, she's walking with me. And when I look, it's like he has a smoke room. Now I see them. It's always a wave. Hi, how are you? Hi. I don't go in these people's house. They don't come in my house. I don't break bread with them. But there's a cordial rapport. This man, from one end to the other, he had guns and a classic. And then I'm not talking about no classic little revolver cowboy gun. I'm talking about some guns, some weapons. And then I saw they startled me. Like I was like, oh my God, you out here in the suburb? What the hell you need all these guns? Like, did I miss the memo? Was somebody coming? And then the following day, my kids were like riding the bus. Our school system, they provide the bus, which is a nice thing. So
Okay.
I put the kids on the bus, and one of my neighbor, he's a physician. I'm cool with the wife. The one of their son lost the coat, and she rang my doorbell because she went up to the school. I said, Marianne, she went up to school to get her son's coat and lost and found. They're like, oh, we kind of give it away. We have this young woman. First of all, she shouldn't have gave my name. I did check her. And we live in the same cul-de-sac. She came, she goes, hey, the school said, and I don't think she gave my name in a malicious way, but she gave her my name. This is charity. You give me the coat. Somebody come looking for no coat. You don't send them, you don't give them my name. But she lived in my cul-de-sac. She came to me. She goes, hey, it was an LLB coat. I'm not going to go buy this boy another coat. It's $250. I'm like, girl, I get it. I said, come, you could go through the coats. I haven't even took them to the cleaner, and she did find her son coat. Her and I became cool. So when the kids got on the bus, I saw her husband, they're walking their dog, and I said, do you know so-and-so? Like I shared the gun thing. The next day, I was still shooken up by it. And he's like, yeah. He's overkill. This man, his house, we had the gun. He's a scientist. And he's like, well, what you surprised for? They all got guns. They all own 3 or 4 guns. And I said, for what? Like, we don't have no drive-by shooting in our neighborhood. Like, what they got guns for? And he's like, well, it's clearly you don't have one. You need to have one too. And he's like, what you doing Wednesday? I said, I'm going to prayer meeting. He's like, oh, okay, prayer meeting. What are you doing on Friday? I said, why? He's like, just come by the house. We have a little group. We meet. If it's for you, you can rock. If it's not for you, you don't have to rock with the group. I'm like, okay, whatever. I came to the house. Let me tell you what the group is. The group is to have a plan. We meet twice a week.
Okay, so
there's 4 weeks in a month.
She's giving some backdrop on basically having a plan to protect yourself. So that's what she was saying. She gives examples in her proving the point, because the coincidence of it all, it's like, at this point, she's having to say, I have to register to get something to help me protect myself because of these dumb threats from this idiot after he done tried to silence me talking about defamation. It's not even comparable with what Umar does to people, what he sticks out his cult base, the Umar Tardians to do. It's not comparable to what he is accusing her of doing. He's accusing her of being not even defamatory, but saying it would be defamatory if you release some documentary film about me as an independent filmmaker. But then he turns around and makes actual threats, which he has been doing for years, to pull up on people. He doxes people's address, their employment information, their names, their spouse's names, their children, where they go to school. He goes to depths that would be unexplainable in court. He doxes people and put them in mortal danger. He has had other content creators threaten to sexually assault someone. This is the extent that he and his sycophants do, the Umar Tardians. But yet, his only complaint is, oh, she's going to release a documentary about me and it's going to be malicious and defamatory. Get the fuck out of here. Umar, you are 51 years old. You're a grown man. You man baby child. What you do to others is nowhere comparable to what you're accusing her of doing to you. You're in two totally different solar systems. It's not even apples to apples here. He puts people's lives in danger. Where is your mother, Umar? Now I'm really concerned about his mom. All he does is push himself into this limelight where people can't help but to see he is a danger to society. This man is a threat to humanity. For the things that he has done and involved others in doing, which is illegal, he is an absolute threat to humanity right now. You're terrorizing people on the internet. You're doxing people. You're having content creators go pull up and threaten to sexually assault people. Get out of here. This is what he's doing. And he thinks that a settlement should shut someone up from releasing a documentary as a filmmaker. Man, you can't make this stuff up.
And everybody
I'm on mine today.
Are productive individuals. They have careers. They're a business owner. They're shaker. They move.
Man, this is crazy.
It's like twice a week. So the concept behind the group. What if you have a race war today? Half of you wouldn't know what to do. You don't know if you're coming or going. If there's a major disaster, what core group you're gonna get with until like relief come? How are you gonna manage?
This is crazy.
That's the best group I could have ever joined. Twice a week we meet. And now we're very awakened, very aware that they're not playing with you. They're not playing with you now. They're not playing with you. So we need to get with it, get with the program. You understand? Look at that guy. What is his name? His dog attacked his neighbor guy, famous guy. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't say it. They bust into this man's house, damage his stuff, put his grandmother in handcuffs, and then, he has the financial means, he's a celebrity. He's like, hey, this wasn't called for. That was way too excessive for it. So they're like, well, it's a procedure to detain her. Y'all looking like Tarzan, got weapon like Rambo. That woman, that man's grandmother was not a threat for y'all to, and then detain her with her hand up front, not her hand behind her. Now, rest in peace for that dog. His dog killed. Like, I'm not insensitive. I'm a dog lover. I have a dog. But the point that I'm making, he's a celebrity. He's influenced. He's got money. So the authorities that busted in there, they came to handle one business, but they don't like how this man was living. So y'all destroying stuff in his home that are like valuable, that are like, degrading his grandmother. They're not playing with y'all. And then that Diddy, a lot of us laughing, and I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not saying what he did was right. If you do the crime, you're going to do the time. But all of us laughing. You better believe Diddy is an example. He is an example they're using for us. Wake up. Don't go get in trouble. But you go do something out there, they already want to get you. They're going to get you easily. And then Bill Cosby, as much pudding as Bill Cosby ate for white America. Y'all see how they treat Bill? Bill was like the king of eating pudding. Y'all remember the chocolate pudding commercial? He didn't eat the vanilla one. It was the chocolate one he ate. Y'all remember that? Okay? They're not playing. So all of you should have like a core group that you get with. And I'm not saying y'all got to do like us, meet twice a week, but once a month, you should have a core group. If there's a natural disaster, let's have a plan. If there's a race war that breaks out in this country, the race tension in this country is high. And if you don't know this, well, you need to wake up.
How far are the authorities from him? That's what I want to know.
What's your plan? What plan do you have? It's a reality. What plan do you have? So back on that Breakfast Club, so they're clowning Diddy because if you rewind, they would give their right arm to rub elbow with Diddy. They would give their right arm to rub elbow with Diddy. And
Not
then
now.
other celebrities should take note. When you're down in your dark hour, that's how they're gonna clown you. That's how they're gonna clown you. You guys have a platform. Talk to us about the crime. They try to they all gave us that they couldn't even have evidence to lock them up. Tell us why they lock them up, and does the punishment fit the crime? Talk about that.
I'm gonna disagree with that. It does. Actually, the judge made the discretion to go below what the average is. There's a sentencing guide based on the charge, the severity of it, and the counts, the number of instances with that particular charge. So he had 2 counts. So they see that as 2 separate charges. And so the time that he received was below the sentencing guidance. So I don't care what race you are. If you go out and do what Bill Cosby or, Andrew Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, with P. Diddy, R. Kelly. I mean, you look at these 5 people I just named that are not all black, but yet they ended up being found guilty and they're in prison. Jeffrey Epstein was not black. Andrew Weinstein is not black. So, I mean, that extends beyond race to me. Don't go out and do the crazy stuff you're doing and expect not to. The same thing with Umar. I'm not going to excuse one person's behavior if I'm not going to excuse his. So no, I'm just no. I disagree. As far as the charges that were, removed with P. Diddy, they said they admitted they didn't have sufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. But for the 2 that they found him guilty of, the jury found him guilty, a jury of his peers. That is how our justice system works. We either want it to work fairly across the board or we don't. But I'm not going to sit here and make a special, deal with or treat P. Diddy or Bill Cosby any differently than how Umar should be treated if he get charged. It should, the law should work the same across the board regardless of race. We can't make race an issue with certain black people but not with others. We can't do that. We got to stay consistent.
Talk about that. Not no pettiness, buffoonery. And I'm telling you, we have a video when we were 3 weeks with this man. I probably got 20 movies out of the 3 weeks. I probably got 20 movies. We have a video that would make the black community eyebrow raised for this king of consciousness. And then the reason I brought Breakfast Club, the reason I brought Dame Dash told y'all. Dame Dash broke Charlemagne down to you. And who is this connection in Breakfast Club? Do the math. Connect the dots. 10 told. I agree with Dame Dash. 10 told.
Oh, so she agrees with that. Like I said, I have not seen the Breakfast Club with Dame Dash. So she agrees with Dame Dash. I mean, Breakfast Club it's not serious reporting or anything like that. Their whole highlight of their show is Donkey of the Day. Because jackass and all.
Proud of what you are. Be proud of what you are.
Yeah, I would take
Be proud seriously. Of what you are. I'm proud of who I am. Be proud of what you are. That lurking in the dark, no, nobody likes that. Because that's sneakiness. That means you're a dishonest person. Be proud of what you are. That's all. I agree with him with that 100%. Now did Dame Dash not display emotional immaturity? Yes, he did. But so did Charlemagne. First of all, to tell that man you're broke. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Rich people broke. That's not like us. Charlemagne may have a couple of dollars, but Charlemagne ain't rolling like Dame Dash. I'll take Dame Dash broke anytime. Rich people broke are not like us, family. Are not like us. I'll take that broke night and day. And then you can tell, Buster, I'm making a video, cut it out. You can tell Dame was like displaying his emotionally immature. My house is bigger than you. Ain't gotta say that. That man's wealth was bigger than everybody that was at the table. Stop. Let's be fair. We're gonna be fair. You trying to diss him? You used to know him. Yes, he rolled with Jay-Z. We all know Dame Dash and Jay-Z were business partners. Stop. Charlemagne and Jay-Z are not friends. Charlamagne may run in a circle where he'll come at an event where Jay-Z may be at, or run path, like cross path with Jay-Z. And I can guarantee you Charlamagne ain't eating at Jay-Z and Beyonce's table. And they're not rocking at his house. That ain't your friend. And then what makes you think maybe he chose to unknown him?
So I mean, what's happening with Umar in this law enforcement again?
Buster, cut it out. See, that's the neighbor I'm talking about with the gun. He's walking his dog. Buster, get over here. I'm not going to veer the thing on. Scientist, got a whole show. And then I'm not telling the black community run and get a gun, but all y'all should you guys go bowling, you go to movie, you spend Buster. He probably seen me doing this video. That's why he's walking his dog. You go to video, you go say, all y'all should go to the range and discharge a fire gun safe and proper. All of y'all. So back to the topic, because my blood's a little hot. I'm touching baby. But back to the topic, he's gonna making threats where I gotta get the authorities involved. He's making threat. He can't
what
even
type
come
of
publicly.
threat? So she just said he made a threat where she had to get the authorities involved. I mean, if the authorities, let's say he gets picked up and he actually is charged with something, I should be able to see some criminal charges or see booking information or something. So I'm looking for that right now while she's speaking. What city is this? Is it in Pennsylvania? Is she even in the same state with in Delaware or in Pennsylvania? What state is she in? Because I have to, I mean, I really want to know if he actually has the authorities picking him up. I want to know.
Come publicly and address me, but he's sending me coded threat. Don't send me, don't threaten my life. I don't take threats lightly. I don't.
The dog is so disturbed. Y'all, the dog is mad as hell. Hell, man, I said that in the chat when she was on Lennon Arnold's channel when he was doing the interview with her. I said, man, that dog is traumatized. Every time she say Umar, he just get the like, wait, what? Who? I know she's not talking about this motherfucker again. Bark. That dog is traumatized by this.
He can't even come publicly and address me, but he's saying me.
She got the authorities on him.
My blood's a little hot.
The dog.
I'm touching baby. But back to the topic, he's gonna making threats where I gotta get the authorities involved. He's making threat. He can't even come publicly and address me, but he's sending me coded threat. Don't send me, don't threaten my life. I don't take threats lightly. I don't. Chatty Patty, conscious king. You ain't nothing. I told you that. Okay, you make lecture at university at little event, nice little. No, I'm in the hood. Go to the hood. I dare you. Umar can't go to nobody. He can't go to nobody's project right now. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that, family.
What type of coded threat?
Sick.
The dog is just not happy.
I guarantee you that, family. Let me tell you. When I got the threat, I called my attorney. We went to the authorities. They're on top of it. We were told they're going to pay him a visit. I sent it to all my siblings, friends. I sent to Mr. Honor. I shared with him. We had a little conversation. And he's like, yeah, that's his scare tactic. You be blessed. We're here. Like, okay. And then there's another content creator. She's been kind to me. She embraced me. She's a queen. On YouTube, on her own. I'm not going to drop no name. I don't need to drop no name. I shared it. She's like, man, do you want to come on? We need to go live. I said, no, the authorities on it. They're going to pay him a visit. They're going to pay him a visit.
Wow.
He's doing cryptid stuff. They're like,
previously on the rise and fall of nature born carbonate.
Oh no. That was the end of the video. It just abruptly ended. Hold on a minute. Y'all, who? That puppy knows what's up. I know, right? Let me go on her channel and see if she's done another video. Let me see if she's done a second video. Does she know that this ended abruptly? This is crazy, y'all. He sent her a coded threat. And he the one walking around here talking about This was 7 hours ago. I wonder if she know that video cut off abruptly. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. And he the one trying to settle with her, talking about defamation. While he sends veiled threats. I'm glad she sent it to Lennon. Because I would really, I'm just curious to know what type of coded, like, did it come via email or another text message? Was it something he mailed to her home? You know, it certainly wasn't a video or something like that, because I don't think he wouldn't be able to put up a video behind a paywall, because even if he does that, somebody's gonna, get a subscription and it's still gonna record and upload the video on YouTube for the rest of us to see. So he's not gonna ever be able to do anything behind a paywall, because it's still gonna get out to the public. Because because he's out of his mind right now, and it's not hard to, hard to believe, because he has a history of doing what he has done. He doxed Lennon and his whole family. He had content creators threatening to sexually assault women. Y'all, we literally have to finish up a lawsuit that the petitioner, August Archibald, has begged the court to reopen. If Archibald is out there, please just file a new case. Just file a whole new complaint. If you got to request another judge to be assigned to it, file a new case. Just file a new complaint. This is not going to stop until a court of law makes Umar stop. That's the only way this is going to end. This is crazy. This is crazy. She should have stayed quiet, because she could have took him back to court and sued him for more money. Honestly, she still can, because what we don't know is the actual threat itself. Like, we don't know what he sent, so she still can. If the evidence, whatever he sent her, is sufficient enough to justify, even if she just gets a petition for a protection order, that to me would be the natural thing to do. That would be the first thing I would be doing. Having my attorney file a petition to the court for a restraining order / protection order. If the threat included possible bodily harm and injury, like physical bodily harm or injury, yes, that's worthy of a protection order. There's a slight difference in a restraining order and a protection order. Protection order protects you from, the person having to come within so many feet of you when you've been threatened with any physical bodily harm or injury. Restraining order just restrains people from doing something or saying something, but she needs a protection order. I would definitely have my attorney do that. And then she could take that protection order and add it as an exhibit to an actual lawsuit to say, look, I've had to get a protection order against this goon, and now I'm having to file a lawsuit because what he's doing is costing me money, is interfering with my life, my livelihood, it's putting my family in danger, safety, protection, all of that in danger. I've had to go out and get a registration, purchase a weapon to protect myself. I'm having to do all of this because he's sending threats my way. And we all know he has a history of threatening to pull up on people. This is where, fighting back through the courts is the best route to go. I'm glad she contacted her attorney. I'm glad she did that. So what we don't know is what the actual threat is and what that looks like. And honestly, since she has not released that to the public, no one's put it out there, I would take that and use that to go get a protection order. If I were her and her attorneys, hopefully her attorneys say, we need to get you a protection order. Now we have enough information to at least get a temporary protection order or a TPO in place until we can get a hearing. And if he doesn't show and she tries to serve him, like get it to where they can e-serve him or something. But if he don't show, then she gets automatic judgment. And she can get a permanent protection order put in place. Because what real reason does he have to go anywhere near her at this point. What reason does Umar have to even say her name? This is so crazy. She said she had to send the authorities. If they live in 2 different states, I'm going to be honest with you. That falls under the jurisdiction of the feds, because now you're talking about interstate crime. But her going to her local authorities, and I don't know if she's in the same state or not, but if they're in the same state, it's much easier. Much easier. Because you can get that protection order in the district where you reside as the petitioner. You can't find him? Oh, okay. We'll just get it in place. He's doing what he's doing online. You said Umar, he is a lunatic. He's panicking because his for ego and grave betrayal are in jeopardy. Get a job like the rest of us, Umar. Exactly. She's in Ohio. So if she's in Ohio, he's in either the state of Pennsylvania or Delaware, I guess, whichever, depending on what day of the week he's trying to grift. I definitely would see that as worthy. That will fall under the, the purview of the FBI as well, because it is interstate. I will report that to the feds too. Fuck that. He keeps playing with fire and he doesn't care if he gets burnt or not. So whatever. Turn up the heat. But we do it the way it should be done, and that's through the legal system. So, man, this is crazy. If the police said that they're going to be paying him a visit, can y'all imagine what that threat looked like? This is why we have to finish that lawsuit. Y'all see why it's important to finish that lawsuit? Because it shows a pattern of behavior. It shows him and his cohorts, his flunkies, people on the internet, other content creators. It shows what they're capable of doing. It shows intent. It shows this is a man who acts with impunity. And because he has not really had a court come down on him from any, criminal aspect, he hasn't been criminally charged with anything. He's not going to stop. He's going to keep doing this stuff. So I'm gonna stay, diligent on looking out for any charges that drop, any booking information. If he ends up, having to be taken down to police station and they book his ass, it's gonna show up. I just have to. I don't know where he is exactly, like which state would handle that. If it would be, I'm assuming they would go for whatever address he's known to have been last associated with, which is unfortunately the address where his mother is. So let's just say they go based on that address, and you have the Philadelphia Police Department go out, pay him a visit. Naturally, they're going to go to his mother's house, because where else is he living? He's literally trying to stay off the map, stay off the grid, while he sends his goons to still threaten people online. That's how much of a coward he is. He won't even accept service. If he feels like he's being wronged in court, why would you not follow through with the lawsuit, Umar? You're a clown. You filed a slap suit against Marion Lorient. You filed a frivolous petition against Lennon Honor. But yet you don't follow through with the litigation process. And he only wanted to just shut up Marianne. That's why he settled with her. But look how he handled the situation with Lennon Honor. If he was truly, somehow trying to take it serious, why would he not follow through when he filed the lawsuit, the petition against Lennon Honor? Even with him being dead ass wrong and not really having a case, why not follow through on it though? They dismissed it because he failed to prosecute. He failed to follow through on the litigation process. He was not responding to the court. He didn't want to pay the court fee. He didn't want to file a petition for the informal purpose. He didn't want to do anything. He uses these frivolous petitions to try to threaten people. No, follow through on it. You Oompa Loompa. Follow through on it, Umar. He knows that judge will slam him and his attorneys. Them attorneys will be so embarrassed, they would never, ever, ever want to deal with Umar again. Y'all already heard Marianne talk about the other attorney that he had that sent the letter. Now he's like, I never met Umar. I don't know who he is. I've never even heard that name. He's already got one attorney trying to denounce his existence on earth. Yeah, you know, I'm not even sure who you're talking about, Miss Lorient. I'm sorry. I don't know who Umar Johnson is. You said I represented him. Yeah, you filed the suit. You threatened y'all caught me. Who is Umar Johnson? You got a whole attorney that's telling her, please leave me out of this situation. You know it's bad when an attorney is trying to distance themselves from you, even though, let's say he is paying attorney's fees, that he's paying it from donation money. That's if he's paying the fees. He doesn't want to pay court fees. That's why his lawsuit against Lennon was dismissed for failure to prosecute. He didn't want to pay the money. Now, all of a sudden, he's got money to pay for attorneys, but then wants to sit here and talk about defamation. Umar, you can't define the word or even spell it. It's more than 3 syllables. Clown. This is crazy. Law enforcement had to be sent out. The authorities said they had to go out and pay him a visit. The authorities are going to pay him a visit, people. Umar, you done fucked up. I don't know why he keep pissing this woman off, by the way. He won't leave her alone. Like, Umar, you can't even retaliate decent. You make yourself look like a bigger fool. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I just got to hear this part again with the authorities. I got to hear it again. This is insane. Because I'm like, man, if they pay him a visit, I want that case number.
A nice little, I'm into it. Go to the hood.
Yeah, the dog.
King. You ain't nothing. I told you that.
Hold on.
I'm touching baby. But back to the topic. He's gonna be making threats. Well, I gotta get the authority involved. He's making threats.
No.
He can't even come publicly and address me, but he's sending me coded threat. Don't send me. Don't threaten my life. I don't take threats lightly. I don't.
Threaten her life. Yeah, that got to be a hell of a threat for law enforcement to say, we're gonna have to pay him a visit. Man, listen, the fact that they're in 2 different states, I would have just, all right, attorney, I'm gonna need you to file an FBI complaint. We're not doing this dumb shit. This idiot is known for committing cyber crimes. I'm not playing with him. That must have been a hell of a threat for law enforcement to say, yeah, okay, well, in another state, y'all, mind you, Ohio Police Department is not driving to his house to pay him a visit. It's going to have to be the local law enforcement in his area, in his jurisdiction where he lives, which is primarily with his mother. So hopefully if they do show up and pay a visit, they can capture his mother on body cam and see how she doing, and we can just have a 2-for-1. Because we're all waiting for signs of life, Umar. Why won't you let your siblings spend time with their own mother? Why are you hiding your mother in the house? So, yeah, I hope they do show up to the Philadelphia Police Department. Please go and pay him a visit. And make sure your body cameras are turned on, and ask for his mother while you're there. Can we see how your mother's doing? Because what Umar's doing is so erratic and irrational. I mean, it's stupidity on steroids. You try to settle with her to keep her from releasing a documentary film about you. And yet you're threatening her in the same time and thinking she's not going to report it? Is he that stupid? Seriously? Umar, that is the dumbest thing ever. You want her to stay silent while you threaten her life to where law enforcement is going to pay you a visit? You are a clown. You're a grown man, baby child, throwing a tantrum. and you're about to really step into some hot shit. Everybody don't play them dumb games. Anybody can sit here and just let you threaten their life like that? What's wrong with you? Umar is ridiculous. Bro, you can't make this stuff up, man.
You ain't nothing. I told you that.
This is crazy. He's real dumb.
You make lecture at university, at little event, nice little. No, I'm in the hood. Go to the hood. I dare you. Umar can't go to nobody. He can't go to no project right now. I guarantee you that. I guarantee.
Just exactly, Brother Malik. Her attorney even saying, oh, okay, yeah, now we got to do something about this. Speaks volumes. While his attorneys are trying to threaten Marianne Lorient into staying silent. Her attorneys are saying, we're getting law enforcement involved so they can pay his ass a visit. I just hope they ask about the mother while they're there. Because where else are they going to go other than to the school? So they're either going to have Philadelphia police go out to the mother's house, or the city of Wilmington, I think Newcastle County Sheriff, probably pay a visit at the schools to see if he over there. This is the power of having the law on your side. Umar is too stupid to realize that. And his slimy ass attorneys, I said when she was on Leonard Honors channel, when he was interviewing her, whoever Umar's attorneys are, they need to be reported to the bar. Period. There's no way in the hell these attorneys think that this shit is okay. Law enforcement is about to pay your client a visit. Y'all still want to represent his stupid ass? Seriously?
I guarantee you that, family. Buster. Sick.
Crazy.
You're a good boy. I guarantee you that, family. Let me tell you. When I got the threat, I called my attorney. We went to the authorities. They're on top of it. We were told they're going to pay him a visit. I sent it to all my siblings, friends. I sent it to Mr. Honor. I shared with him. We had a little conversation. And he's like, yeah, that's his scare tactic. That's his scare tactic. You be blessed. We're here, like, okay. And then there's another content creator. She's been kind to me. She embraced me. She's a queen. On YouTube, on her own. I'm not going to drop no name. I don't need to drop no name. I shared it. She's like, man, do you want to come over? We need to go live. I said, no, the authorities on it. They're going to pay him a visit. They're going to pay him a visit. See, he's doing cryptid stuff.
You're going to pay him a visit.
They're like,
y'all, they're going to pay him a visit. After she had to tell her attorneys and they reported it to law enforcement, they're going to pay him a visit. Man, you can't make this stuff up. Umar, you're an idiot. And that can be proven. That the lack of intelligence in this, the way you're maneuvering, Umar, you're a clown, boy. You're a clown, my boy. You're sitting here threatening someone that you've just settled with $68,000. $68,600 to be exact. Just so she would not release a documentary about you. And here you are threatening her life to where law enforcement is going to pay you a visit. And she told her attorneys. Oh, man. Yo. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You can't make this shit up. And this is after a history of him doing dumb stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you all, this is why that whole lawsuit reading is now more imperative. Hopefully her attorneys, pull the previous cases, either that he's filed and didn't go anywhere, and that have been filed on him, especially this Archibald v. Johnson case. It may be closed, but I hope he reopens. He just needs to file a whole new claim. He needs to file a whole new complaint because Umar is still doing the dumb shit. He's still out here cyberbullying and harassing and threatening and doxing and defaming and all this nonsense because that's his whole MO. He has nothing else to offer anybody. He's certainly not offering up a school. And he doesn't want to explain what's going on with his bank accounts or how he spent money. Clearly, donations are being used to pay personal legal settlements. And it still wasn't enough, if you ask me. Why not just pay her the $86,000 it took to make that film? to Umar's dumbass attorneys. Y'all are not that smart. And I hope if it does come down to it, where she has to take them to court, even if she's got to get a protection order, I hope her attorney files a motion for Umar's attorneys to be sanctioned and to be reprimanded, because they're a complete disgrace to the rule of law and to the bar license they have. A disgrace. Shame on them. You mean to tell me you're okay with your client making a threat where law enforcement is paying him a visit, but y'all want her to basically not release a documentary as an independent filmmaker? You want to infringe upon her free speech, expression, and freedom of press. But your client is making threats involving law enforcement. Make this make sense. We are going to be on the lookout, y'all. If there is any booking charges, anything to come out of this involving him being charged, law enforcement shows up, I want that body camera footage. If law enforcement shows up at his house, I'm doing a FOIA request to get that body camera footage. And y'all heard it here first from the Lady Luck Club, because that's how I roll. I'm getting that police body cam. Oh, hell yeah. I want the police body cam, and I want the police vehicle dash cam. I will be doing a FOIA if they have to show up at his house or wherever he at, and they actually end up seeing him. I want that police body cam. Yep, I'm getting that police body cam. This is crazy. They better have their cameras on. So to the Philadelphia or Newcastle County sheriffs, y'all better be wearing your body cams and have that shit turned on, and make sure the sound is up loud and clear, because I will be getting that body camera footage. He put himself in this situation. This is crazy. Yeah, that would be something else. Imagine them showing up, and they show up at his mother's house, and then they get a glimpse of the mom, and they have to figure out, okay, what's going on here with your mama? If he's willing to threaten any other woman, I don't put it past him that he's not able to do something to his mom or take it out on her. And I'm saying that. Reason being is because he refuses to show her. He refuses to give some sign of life. You got police and the elderly association trying to do a wellness check. He's refuting any of that. He's preventing them from doing a wellness check. He won't let his family see her, and she has the right to see her other family. He is literally holding this woman, confiding her to a home where she can't even go outside and probably get proper sunlight. And he don't think that sending out a threat to someone that forces law enforcement to pay you a visit, he don't think that's a problem? If you're trying to hide some bullshit you doing, Umar, especially involving your mother, why would you do anything to bring law enforcement into your purview for them to have to show up at your damn house? You're an idiot. You see, I could prove he's an idiot. It's not defamatory when it can be proven to be true. This is crazy. Umar, you're dangerous right now. You're dangerous. He does need man, Malik, you are so on point. He needs a grown ass man whooping. He need a grown man ass whooping. He needed that when he said that he would be able to take somebody's wife or girlfriend out on a $500 date. I said, man, he just need his ass whooped for that one. He needs some real men to show up. Yeah, okay. That $500 will be worth it if I get to show up and whoop his ass. He needed a bunch of real men to show up. Now, what you say about our wives going out on a $500 dinner date with your ass? Because you said you'd be able to get our wives out here. Yeah, okay. We would love to see you do that. And then he's got like 50 niggas that have to. He got 50 men out here waiting outside, thinking that they all, 5'5" thick in the thighs. Nah, they Deboing them. It's 50 Deboing them. They all 6 feet at least. Buff and tough, and they ready to whoop his ass. You got to get through 50 of them people. I'm here for it. Man, this is crazy. I'm telling y'all right now, Lady Luck Club already done said, the police show up, I'm foyering that body camera footage. Yep, because it must be done. When was the last time she went out shopping? Exactly. I mean, here, I asked, like, even when we had, shout out to Lene Stacks, when she came on Lady Luck Club, and she's always welcome here, of course. That's the first thing I was like, when's the last time she been outside? Let the sunlight hit her. If he can't even let the elderly association and the police do a wellness check, yeah, clearly something is wrong. Clearly something is wrong. That has disturbed my soul ever since I've learned of that he has not allowed, he doesn't allow his mother to go outside. And he's got her cooped up in the house. That disturbs my soul. Because that's not normal. That is not normal, people. To have someone that is bedbound, wheelchair bound, stuck up in the house, and people can't say the last time they've seen her outside. That's not normal. Who's taking care of her when he's not there? That's because she's not able to do anything herself. I wish some of these housekeepers, whoever's tending to her, would come forward and say something. This is crazy. He's buying her foods rich in vitamin D due to her lack of sunlight, for fuck's sake. Lene confirmed it. Yeah, he has to, because she cooped in the house. That's the sad part. Why can't she just go outside? Why is he keeping her confided in the house? It's almost like, just mentally and psychologically imprisonment. Can you imagine that? She has no contact with her family, with her children, with her grandchildren, with loved ones, people who want to see her, because he won't let them. And he's not even there every day. And where are the neighbors at? The neighbors need to come forward. Listen, enough public pressure, he won't have a choice. Hopefully the neighbors will start saying something. Somebody need to come forward. Other than Lene Stacks, more people need to come forward that have either been caretakers or they're the neighbors. Something. Y'all, this woman is in bad shape. Say something. Because this makes no sense. No, you don't move like that. You're a public figure. You got your mom confided to the house. You're restricting all of her other family members from seeing her, spending time with her. She's wheelchair and bedbound. She's got health issues that's probably affecting her mental competency. And you sitting here sending out threats to people because of a film you chose to be a part of. He's digging holes for himself. And it's about time for people to stop trying to bail his ass out. Let his ass fall down that hole. That's the best, man. Listen, this is crazy, y'all. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope the police do pay him a visit so we can get that body camera footage. Because I want it. Her life has been diminished because of his ignorance. Exactly. This sounds like a horror. It's like a horror film. It has to be. Y'all, that's the worst way, like, to think that you gave birth, you raised your kids, and to get to a point in your life where you need help being taken care of. And she's obviously the matriarch of the family because she's not married. And now you can't even be around your own children and grandchildren. You have no idea how that might improve her quality of health and her quality of life by simply being able to socialize with her family. That makes a big difference. The same goes for newborn babies in the NICU. Babies tend to improve and do better when they have human touch, human contact, when they're able to sense their parents, someone there holding them, spending time with them. just human to human contact makes a big difference. And she's not getting much of that because her own children she gave birth to are being restricted from seeing her. And somehow no court has said that these people need to stay away. No restraining or protection order, nothing. So why is he keeping her children and her grandchildren, her other family away from her? Why is he doing that? Make that make sense from someone that is in the public limelight. Make that make sense. Y'all, that's like a scary movie. It's one of those moments where you look at evil. It's like Explore With Us, true crime. And then people looking at it like, I can't believe he was capable of doing this. And come to find out, something done happened. It's been months. And he's just been hiding it. Y'all, just like that kid that had the deceased body in the trunk, that artist. Don't put stuff past people because they're in the public spotlight. To me, it's only natural to ask, seeing that he refuses to let her come outside or let anyone around her, is she still alive? That's the first thing I would ask at this point. Is she even alive? Show sign of life. Who moves like this? Who makes moves as someone in the spotlight? Think about it. To keep their mother hidden to the point where she can't see her own family. And then he's out here doxing people. Yeah, does that make sense to y'all? Because I can't be alone in this. What child? So yeah, I am gonna ask, is she still alive? Hopefully this opportunity for them to pay him a visit results in him paying him a visit and doing a wellness check, because both need to be done. Oh man, what's going on, Edward? What's going on, the Informant Media? How you doing? Y'all, we had to get this video in. This is something else. Proof of life is absolutely necessary at this point. Absolutely. Thank you, D4VD. Is it David? How did he pronounce that? D4VD? Yeah, this kid, celebrity. And a vehicle that in his name had a body in it for months in the trunk. This is why you don't put stuff past people simply because they chose to be a public figure. Umar can go sit down somewhere and get the hell on. He chose to keep himself out in the spotlight, doing tours and events and all this other stuff. He chooses to do this stuff. But I don't know anybody that maneuvers that way and considers that to be normal. That's not normal behavior. It's erratic. It's dangerous. It's unstable. It shows his state of mind. Man, this is crazy. And no real man would want that life and that livelihood for their own mother, unless he hates her guts or something. Like, this is, to me, it's like catapulting her towards, some horrible demise. Why are you doing that? There's no intent behind it. There's no court order saying that she can't see her family, that other siblings don't have restraining orders against them. Nothing from a court of law in place. So why is he doing that? And because he can't explain this in a court of law, if you paid him all the money to, it's erratic. It's unusual behavior. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes no sense. It's so crazy. Thank you. It's pronounced David, but spelled D4VD. Okay, so it is pronounced David. Man, that's so crazy. Francisca, why not take it out on the dad like that walked out and out of the children's life? Yeah, exactly. You mad at the mother, but you're not mad at like he hates women. Clearly, we can see Umar hates women. He don't even care for his own daughters. He hates women. But he doesn't, when it comes to men, he doesn't go after men. He don't really do that. Like he went after Lennon, but he sees Lennon as a threat simply because Lennon has documentation and evidence on him to reveal the truth. Everybody can see you a scammer and a con artist, Umar. That's not breaking news. You've been like this for years. What's crazy is how you're maneuvering in the decisions you're making. Your thought process. It's like you're a danger unto your own mind. And now you got your mother sitting here cooped up in the house. You're making threats to somebody you just made a settlement with. This man, it's so stupid. He's just doing stupid shit at this point. It's like he has nothing to lose and he doesn't care. He knows he's not going to be able to open the school. So I guess he's just kind of going for broke right now. Because why else would you do this? He's just going for broke. Umar is going for broke. Obviously, in his world, in his mind, he has nothing to lose. He doesn't even care about his mother and what's going on with her. And he only tries to talk about her welfare and well-being when it's convenient for him. Oh, I can't believe my sister called the police 3 times in 4 weeks trying to do a wellness check and all that. Yes, let the police see her. You would want that if you have nothing to hide. If she's okay and she's doing well, wouldn't you want that in a video? Wouldn't you want the public to see? Y'all, look how my siblings are sitting here saying all this stuff. Prove us wrong. Umar, prove us wrong, you clown. Okay, so you don't want anybody asking about your mother. Then prove us wrong. Show your mother in a video. Let your siblings see their mother. Let the police do a wellness check. Do y'all understand why I keep saying, like, it's so unusual? That is not normal. You're going to fight the police from doing a wellness check? You're going to keep her family from her? You're sitting here threatening the life of someone you just made a settlement with? She's got an attorney. And you and your slimy ass attorneys can't figure out how to leave Marianne Lorient alone? That's crazy. And now they're going to be paying his ass a visit. Explain to me how he's doing something that makes sense. This doesn't make sense to the average person. Crazy. I know, Beth. What a mess. He normally targets women or those he sees as weak. Umar won't go toe-to-toe with anyone bigger than him if he can help it. He's a bitch. Exactly. Y'all. All right, y'all, man. Umar about to fuck around and find out. And I'm going to be the one to get the damn police body camera footage if they do pay him a visit, which I hope they do, because it's high time for this nonsense that he's doing to come to an end. And the only way it's going to come to an end, I'm telling you, law enforcement going through the legal process. That's it. If anybody has any way to get in contact with August Archibald, I would love to do an interview with him regarding this complaint, because a lot of the information and the evidence, the exhibits he has in this complaint, Umar's still doing, and it can still be used against him in a court of law. It can be used to build the foundation in a separate lawsuit. So if Marianne Lorient has to take him to court, I suggest her attorneys gets that lawsuit complaint from Archibald v. Johnson and use that as a premise to show this has been going on for years and he's not going to stop because he's an idiot. And so are his attorneys. Ugh. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all, we're going to keep a lookout. We're going to see what happens here. Shout out to you all. Thank you all so much for the support. And hit that like button. And we will go live tomorrow and finish up the lawsuit reading. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Working a regular job is not an easy thing to do. Got to balance it all out. Good night, LLC, the chat crew. Pray for me with these 6 grandsons. Lord, I hear you, Malik. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll finish up the lawsuit reading on Archibald v. Johnson. And until the next one. Oh, hold on. Wait. I got some supers. Let me give some shout outs. Shout out to Bernice with the 50. Oh! Look at that. Bernice, shout out to you. The $50 super. Oh my God. Oh my God, Bernice. Thank you. What a blessing. Oh my God. Shout out to Bernice for the $50 super. Woo, child. I don't think that's the first time I ever got a super that big. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Talking about a gold met. Woo! Y'all, this just blessed my soul. Thank you so much, Bernice. Shout out to you, GB, for the $5 super. Man, I appreciate it. I don't care what amount it is. It's a blessing either way. Umar with LLC says, kick rocks, you best do it. No, right? He got it coming, man. Police about to pay your ass a visit, Umar. Oh, man. I enjoy the 199 super. She's making some example while talking about Umar. Yeah. Yeah, she had to. She said, I'm laying a foundation here, man. The authority is about to pay Umar a visit. Shout out to you, Andrea. Thank you so much for the 199 super. Woo-cha. Miss Independent. Shout out to LLC. Thank you so much for the 199 super. I appreciate it. Man, God is good. Ain't God is so good. Thank you all for all of you all. Thank you so much for the supers, for the likes, for the subs. We hit 28,000. God is blessing this channel. We're going in the right direction. And yes, I'm going to continue to expose Umar for the con artist that he is. Umar, show your mother. Or you're going to have a whole family coming after you because you're sitting here, keeping her away from them. She loves them too, and she deserves the right to see her family. Bottom line. All right, y'all. All right, we done this time. Thank you so much. And look out for the notification for tomorrow for the lawsuit reading. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.